Hey, good morning, John.
Good morning.
Just before we get started, I will let Adam go right after Greg Parent. He doesn't need to wait till after Jack Sidler. So just,
Okay,
yeah, I'll go ahead and we'll do it. Crystal, Greg, Adam.
sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. We're having another apparent COVID outbreak here. So I'm just getting notes passed to me. Sorry.
Hey, Joan.
I have technological problems this morning and my camera isn't very good, but I'm here.
I can see you and I can hear you well.
Okay,
Yeah.
and also, John, I may live stream most of this if I have problems with my Wi-Fi. I am here to listen, to observe, and to say good morning to everyone.
Good morning, Joan. It's Dan Najar.
Hi, Dan, I can see you.
Yeah, your screen is a little blurry. I thought maybe my cataract had come back, but that's, I
No,
can hear
it's,
you just fine.
I need a new, I need a new camera because the lens is sort of scratched.
Well, you're coming through perfectly.
Okay,
Hey, Dave, how are you?
Good morning, Anna. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. We haven't seen each other in a long time,
No, we haven't.
but I'm glad to see you.
That's a great picture you have up.
in
Yeah.
fact, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
That was because my husband gave me a new iPhone and I was playing with it. So, taking pictures.
It's very nice.
Yeah. it's a
Perhaps
good-
he could have got you one with color in it.
Well, I look better in black and white.
I see.
All right, I'm gonna log off.
Okay,
to see
take
you
care,
all.
Anna.
Anna,
Thank
Anna,
you.
do we have any public commenters?
No, nobody registered for public comments.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
Good morning, Mr. Najar.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Let's see. Let's see what time it is. Okay.
Morning, all.
Morning.
Judge.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Mr. Lee.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing? It's so wonderful to see you.
Good to see you all.
Thank you. Before we go on the record, are there any preliminary matters that we should address? Mr. Najar?
I don't have any, I'm going to move at the beginning, the admission of two of our exhibits that you've already agreed in your order to admit without appearance. And then the order of our witnesses will be Crystal Kaufman, Greg Parent, followed by Adam, Sonia Clark, who's in another meeting. We're gonna have to pull him out of that, and that's everything on our end.
Okay, well, Mr. Lee, I predicted wrong about the order of witnesses in my email to you about it's Chernea Clark, isn't it, Mr.
Chernea.
Najar? Chernea.
Yeah, I've said it so many different ways over the years, yes.
Okay,
I'm prepared for any eventuality, Judge.
thank you, sir. I know you are. Ms. Pagacco, anything for staff?
Mr. Hearing Examiner, good morning. I don't believe so. I think we're ready to go. Was there anything you'd like to talk about, sir?
No, I'd like to say, however, hello. And it's been too long since I've seen Ms. Ellis. Ms. Ellis, nice to see you.
Certainly good to see you, Mr. Examiner. And I just want to tell you that I have been having some difficulties, technical difficulties with my etc. And so I may live stream if I have problems. And also I apologize for my scratchy screen. But Mr. Bagatko and I have talked, and he is going to be doing all the active attorney thing, and I'm still in my learning phase, and I am so happy to be with you all this morning.
Thank you.
Well, we're happy to have you. Thank you. Perhaps you should talk to Information Systems or our tech department about acquiring a new camera.
Yeah.
If-
Mr. Hearing
My
Examiner,
own camera, and I need to buy another one.
Well, yeah, they may be able to provide you one. I don't know, but I don't want to get
No,
between you and them. But thank you, Ms. Ellis. Mr. Najjar?
yes, I had just one more question. You had mentioned previously the possibility of immediately going to a pre-hearing conference on case 22-202 following this hearing. Is that still going to happen?
Well, did I issue a procedure order yesterday in the case?
If you did, I haven't found it.
I believe I did.
Okay,
Yes.
that's fine. It may be in my inbox. I'll double check. So then we don't need a pre-hearing conference. That's
Correct, except to say that since it's related to this case, yes, I'm wondering whether, yeah, I'll leave it for later, but,
Okay.
Yes, we will not need a pre-hearing conference. Is that correct, Mr. Bagatko? Did you receive the procedure order and notice?
I did receive it. Yes, sir. Thank you.
And Mr. Najjar, before the day's out, just check to see whether you received the notice in Word for publication and potential mailing.
Okay, I'm looking now, and of course, it's in a junk file. It came out. I see it from Anna. Open. I see one from you. Okay, I've got them.
Oh, so that's where you put our emails.
No, we have changed our IT system here. We have super security now. I guess it's killing me.
I see how we rate.
Yeah.
Okay. No. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, let's go ahead and get started with this hearing. Mr.
Go
Lee, you
ahead.
ready?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. This matter before the New Mexico Public Regulation Commission will please come to order. This is the time and place set for the evidentiary hearing in the matter of the joint application of certain Pattern Energy limited liability companies for location approval of the Corona Wind North project and for right-of-way with approval pursuant to the Public Utility Act. This matter is docketed as case number 22-00101-UT. Good morning. My name is Anthony Medeiros. I'm the hearing examiner designated by the commission to preside over this case. I'd like to start today by getting the appearances of counsel for the parties. As for who the parties are in this proceeding, there were no interveners, so the only two parties are the joint applicants and commission staff. Who appears for the joint applicants?
Dan Najjar appearing for the joint applicants.
Morning, Mr. Najjar.
Morning.
And for staff?
Mr. Hearing Examiner John Bagatko, along with Joan T. Ellis for staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bagatko. Thank you, Ms. Ellis. Good morning. This hearing is being held in accordance with the procedural order issued in this case on May 6, 2022. Pursuant to the procedural order, interested persons not affiliated with a party were afforded the opportunity to provide oral comment at the beginning of this hearing. But as of this time, no one registered in advance to give oral comment. However, interested persons viewing the hearing via the YouTube stream should note that, as also reflected in the procedure order, written comments may be submitted before the commission takes final action in this case by sending the comment, which shall reference NMPRC case number 22-00101-UT to prc.records@state.nm.us. Mr. Najjar, are there any preliminary matters before we proceed to the presentation of evidence?
At this point, Mr. Hearing Examiner, could I move the admission of two of our exhibits that whose the witnesses will not be appearing pursuant to your prior order?
Yes, go ahead.
Then I would move.
Well, no, Hanks, I'm sorry. That's not, let's wait just a minute before I get the next statement in. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I just jumped the gun a little bit. But before that, are there any preliminary matters, non-evidentiary matters, Mr. Bogatko, to address?
No preliminary matters. Thank you.
All right. Let's proceed to the presentation of evidence then. Pursuant to 1.2.233B, as in Bob, NMAC, the order of presentation and receipt of evidence is as follows. The burden of going forward with the evidence and proving the merits of the relief requested in the joint application in accord with governing legal standards by a preponderance of the evidence is on the joint applicants. The joint applicant's presentation of witnesses will be followed by staff. The hearing examiner issued on August 10, 2022, an order granting in part and denying in part the joint applicant's motion to stipulate the admission of pre-filed testimony. Pursuant to that order, the joint applicants were instructed to make 3 of its 5 witnesses who filed pre-filed direct testimony available to testify at this hearing, and staff was likewise instructed to make its sole witness available. Very well then, with that, Mr. Najjar, would joint applicants please present its first witness. But now, before doing that, I believe you have
Yes.
a motion. Yeah, you'd like to move the admission of the witness testimony that I allowed the stipulation, and you can see now why I paused you.
Yes, thank you, sir. We would like to move the admission of joint applicants exhibit number 5, the direct testimony of Jeremy Turner, and joint applicants exhibit number 7, the direct testimony of Nathan Olday.
Is there any objection to the admission of joint applicant exhibits 5 and 7?
No objection to the admission of joint applicants exhibits 5 and 7. Thank you.
Joint applicant exhibits 5 and 7 are therefore admitted. Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Mr. Nazar, would you please call your first witness?
Yes, our first witness hopefully is in the waiting room is Crystal Kaufman.
Let's see. I don't see her as yet, Mr. Nazar.
Let me briefly try to check. I thought everybody was lined up. I apologize. Are you in the waiting room? We're waiting ready for you. Okay. I sent the Zoom link. Yeah. Excuse me, Mr. She's trying to click on and it's rejecting it so far. Hang on. It's the Zoom link that we sent and it's not working, Crystal?
Correct. Yeah, let me try it a different way. I'm gonna click yes.
Mr. Hearing Examiner, this morning when I logged in, it prompted me to use my commercial registration, the
Yes.
account that I have, instead of just simply clicking on the link. And I have an account, so it wasn't a problem. Perhaps.
So thank you, Mr. Bajako. She's informing me that's exactly what's happening. It's prompting her to come up with a commercial registration. I don't know what that is. I didn't have that problem.
Would it require the commission's registration credentials, Mr. Bagacco?
No, sir. It wanted me to put my own registration credentials in, including my password. I do have a Zoom account, and that's how I got in this morning. It wouldn't let me do it the usual way, which is just to simply click on it and appear.
Right.
Mr. Hearing Examiner, actually, I was able to click and get in just on my own,
Yeah.
pursuant to the message sent.
Just, well, would it be possible
Can we
for
go
her
off
to
the
use
record,
her?
Judge?
Let's go off the record. We're off the record. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Any luck, Crystal?
No, I'm gonna try a different way.
Okay.
Let me forward my link to her. But
I don't have a Zoom account.
Okay. Oh, she doesn't have a Zoom account.
does
So
does Pattern doesn't have a Zoom account?
apparently not. Would you, are you, Mr. Hearing Examiner, are you forwarding it to me or to her directly?
Well, the one I forward to you is the one that I received from Ms. Kippenbrock, so you probably already have that.
Okay, yeah.
Let me go into Zoom and send one to Ms. Kaufman.
Okay. Yeah.
I clicked on it and came right in too, Judge.
Yeah,
Any luck, Crystal?
Still says I require authentication on the commercial Zoom platform to join this meeting. Please log in with a commercial Zoom account.
Okay, I certainly didn't see that when I logged in, so I don't know what that is.
Judge, if
Yeah,
all else, perhaps you can call in, but I don't.
no, I'd like to have Ms. Kaufman on, but thank you, Mr. Lee.
I understand. It was just a thought.
It was a good thought, but for some reason, my password account now is requiring my,
I can forward the link if you'd like.
yes, go ahead and try while I try and access Zoom.
Mr. Najjar, stay on the line because I'll need her email address.
Okay, I'm gonna give it.
All right. What is that email address?
It's Crystal, CRYSTAL .Kaufman, COFFMAN @patternenergy.com. He's forwarding it to you, Crystal, now, if you,
And this is coming from Mr. Lee.
yes.
It's on its way.
Thank you.
Yeah, we didn't have this problem when we had the last hearing. I don't know why. And I certainly have never seen this before.
And really, Ms. Kippenbrock sets up most of our meetings or hearings as well. So there should have been nothing different. It may be something that Zoom interposed.
Yes.
If I may, Mr. Hearing Examiner, would it be possible for Mr. Lee to also send that link to Jack Sidler just to make sure that hopefully things
Yes.
go perfectly smoothly?
Is that jack.sidler@state.nn.us?
That's correct, Mr. Lee. Thank you.
I'm wondering as well, Mr. Lee, if I should give you my other two witnesses.
Feel free.
And-
The link, Dan, the link from Mr. Lee is not working for me. It's giving me the same.
Let me try it. What is the email address for Ms. Kaufman?
Crystal.Kaufman @patternenergy.com.
Okay, it's right here. And it's probably the same invitation.
Yeah.
I sent it without a subject, but I just sent it literally from this meeting. So I doubt that it'll work. It'll probably end up because it's the same invitation that Ms. Kippenbrock sent out.
I can tell you, Judge, in recent months with hearings, that people have had different issues trying to get into the Zoom link.
Yeah, there are different security measures that.
From Mr. Madera, the hearing examiner may work here again.
Okay, good. Let's see if you get into the waiting room. And then we may have to do the same thing with Greg Parent and Adam and Jack Sidler.
Okay,
Yeah, the problem is it says it's Mr. Madero's personal meeting room and it's waiting for him to start the meeting. So this may not quite be right.
Oh, okay. She's in your personal Zoom room.
let me get, is Ms. Kippenbrock out there? Without me having to call her.
She logged off, I think.
Yeah, I think she needs to potentially make me the, I thought I was co-host. It is, it says I'm hosting. So that's not the issue. She handed off the baton to me, so to speak. So that is not the issue. Mr. Nazar, what did Ms. Coppin say about what she thought I might need to do?
Well, she said no. She said she got into your personal room and you'd have to admit her to your personal room. It said it was waiting for you to start the meeting.
Judge?
Yes.
For what it's worth, I can send out a Zoom link real quick to everybody. Try something different if you'd like. That's up to you.
Okay, let's do that. And so we would
Log off and I will send out a Zoom link right now.
Okay.
And it's john.bagacco@nm.state.us, correct? And it's dnajar@virtuelaw.com.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right, I'll do it right now. Give me 5 minutes.
Okay, we'll log
okay,
off.
now, Mr.
Log
Lee,
off.
before we do that though, we're going to lose the YouTube
Oh,
stream.
that's true. That's true.
So I will, but we need to get Ms. Coppin on, obviously, because we need to take evidence. So let's go ahead and do what you're proposing, and I'll have Ms. Kippenbrock alert the information systems to the need to reestablish a YouTube link. But I'm not sure. Let's just go ahead and do that, and then we'll.
Mr. Hearing Examiner, and also to have Mr. Lee do my, if I'm going to log off, to do my Zoom address, which would also be joan.ellis.
You got it, John.
Thank you.
You
All
bet.
right, thank you, Mr. Lee. Let's go ahead and start over.
Okay.
All right.
In about 5 minutes, Mr. Lee.
Yes, sir.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
You bet.